everyone. Welcome to the show. We have another great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal. We have a fantastic meal for you tonight. In the house, we're talking with our future, our generation. Well, we know them as Gen Z professionals. Woo! In the house. Yeah, we start out with Alex Burnett. We got Miss Abby Nix, and of course, Aaron Sharmar. Did I get that right? Close?
You did.
Sharma.
There you go.
Got it now. Sharma. So, guys, I'm honored to have these beautiful young people on the show with me tonight because I have the pleasure to work with them every day at Dell. They're super smart and intelligent. I learn a lot from them and with them. So that's why I wanted to spotlight them to let you guys see all the potential that's here in America. So sharp, so brilliant. We're going to start out with Alex. Alex, tell everybody where you're from, where your alma mater and all that good stuff.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you just fine.
Right, cool, perfect. How are you guys? My name's Alex Burnett. I'm a graduate from North Carolina, the illustrious, North Carolina Central University. I majored in IT with a concentration in cybersecurity, and I also minored in business. I also played on the golf team for 4 years at Central as well. And just a little bit about me. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. And then I moved out here to Texas probably, a month and a half ago now? Just about. We started a month and a half ago. But yeah, so moved out a month and a half ago, and I love it here. So it's pretty good.
Awesome, Alex. Thank you so much.
Hey.
We're gonna move over to Aaron now.
Let's do it.
Arian.
All good. I'm from Flower Mound, Texas. So that's north of Dallas, about 30 minutes. Moved to Texas A&M, went there for 5 years, graduated, gig 'em. And after that, I moved here to Austin, Texas, and I'm loving it so far. I've made some new friends just like you guys, so I'm excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you, Arian. We're very excited. We got Max on this side. He just joined us.
What's up? What's up?
What up, Max?
Glad to be here, man. Millie, my goat. Just so glad to have you here, man. Thank you for inviting us on. Am I just giving a little bit of background about myself?
Just tell us a little bit about where you're from and your alma mater and your major and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I grew up in Dallas, Texas. Lived in Reno, Nevada for a good bit. Then I moved back to Dallas, lived in Nashville. I've been all over. But I went to school at Belmont University in Nashville. I went there for music business. I was trying to make it big. And then I realized I'm pretty small. So I just I wasn't ready to make it. But now I'm working over at Dell with, Millie, Abby, Alex, and Arian, and it is a party, man. We have a great time every day. I just appreciate having such a great, family over there. It's I really feel like it's a great little, crew that we have, and just glad to be here, Millie. I really appreciate you bringing us on. I also have Ronald here.
We got Ronald here. What up, Ronald?
Oh man, we got here. Ronald, let out a clap. Oh yeah, there we go.
Clap it up, Ronald.
This is amazing. All right, we got Ronald in the house. So last but not least, we were going to speak with Abby. I don't know if we lost connection with her, but hopefully she'll come back. Okay, there she is. I see her coming back in. We lost her there for a second.
It kicks me out. I'm sorry. It asked me for my email. Okay.
Sorry about that.
I'm back.
Yay. Glad you came back. We have the beautiful Abby Nix in the house. Go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself, your alma mater, where you're hailing from.
Hi. Okay. I'm so excited to be here with Millie. I get to sit next to Millie every single day. We're desk buddies. She's the best. I'm learning a lot from Millie. I'm from Northwest Houston, and I went to school at UT, Hook'em Horns, and I'm so excited to be at Dell. This is my first real big job, and I genuinely feel like I found kind of my home because everyone is just such great people at Dell. So I'm super excited to be on here, and Millie's the best.
Oh, thank you. Thank you all again for being here. I mean, congratulations, you guys. Most of you just got out of college recently. So I guess let me see who I'm going to give this question here to. So you know, of course, AI is a game changer. We know that, right? In the workplace, it's really made a difference over the most recent years. So, describe your experience, Alex. Experience with the AI tools and your work study. Just kind of tell us your feel on that and how it complements your career. Can you hear?
Okay, cool. Did everyone else hear the buzzing, or is that just me?
It's kind of choppy there, just a little bit, just a little.
Mhm.
Just a little bit. Okay, so keep going. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So just my background, my overall background.
Mhm. Yeah, just tell us, because AI is a big thing right now. We're learning, all of us are learning a little bit about AI in the workplace, and kind of just tell us and give us just a little bit how you feel about it and how it has enhanced your career. What's your experience been like with AI tools in the
Well,
workplace?
I have a very hands-on experience with AI. So AI is one of those things that, as a kid growing up, my dad was always around AI, especially in the early stages. So I really have a decent to good understanding of it. And then when I got to college, I didn't really explore AI because I really wanted that deep dive into like just the basics of IT, because
Mhm.
that's what I went to school for. And then
Mhm.
as I got deeper and deeper into college, and when ChatGPT started becoming really popular, I kind of deep dived into it a little more because I'm the full disclaimer, I've been using ChatGPT for like a while, or like something along the lines of that for a while. So when it became popular for everybody else, I was like, oh, okay, well, let me see the full utilization, the full tool of what I could use. And it's really interesting what you can really do with it. And then also as well, I actually helped create my own chatbot this time, not last year, but previous school year around March. I was part of the Battle of the Prince competition, where that was part of our case competition, and I, in 24 hours, helped create my own chatbot. So it was really interesting, really cool. I get a hands-on experience, and I think it really did well for using it in the workplace right now.
Wow, that's amazing, Alex. Wow, you have a jump ahead, because a lot of us, especially the older generation like myself, we really didn't care. Initially, I didn't care for AI. That's why I asked the question. I didn't really
Yeah, as most people do.
Yeah, we was like, hey, they're going to replace our jobs. What's going on with all this? These robots. That's how we saw it initially. But now we know better. Now we understand. Now it enhances the workplace. So next question is for Ari, and I always mess your name up, so I'm just gonna call you A. Is that okay?
All right. Yeah, I
Aw.
like it. I like it.
We're gonna call you A. How comfortable are you with learning the new software? A lot of applications on the platform. There's some noise in the background. If we could kind of mute that, if you could. But anyway, yeah, how comfortable, at Dell or any other places that you've worked, if you've had another job before this, how comfortable are you with the software applications and things on the platform?
Yeah, no, for sure. Before I start, y'all can hear me well? I'm
Yes,
good?
very
Okay.
great. Mhm.
So, I think one of the main things I learned in college was how to teach myself. Like, I had to go through a lot of trial and error on like what is the best way that I learn. And I learned for myself that like getting hands on, getting my hands dirty, like going out there and actually doing the work versus just reading or versus just watching someone else do it. Like, I don't learn that way personally. And so what I ended up realizing was I can apply that to my day to day at Dell. And I started off, I had a few internships here and there. Um, and even those, like all my internships before starting at Dell were fully remote. And so like I was completely virtual. And what made it really hard to be engaged was that like I had to watch and I had to sit down and I had to like really just watch people do some work. And then I had to learn from it, which was really hard for me because I think, again, going back to my point of like trying different learning styles, like I always learn the best when my hands are dirty. So coming into Dell,
That's what
yeah,
they kinesthetic learner. Yeah.
yep. And so, coming into Dell, like 5 days in a week, it was a little tough at first, just like trying to learn just with all the presentations and PowerPoints. But now that we're actually out there and we have accounts that we can practice with and we can just get to dialing and all that good stuff, like with the software, it's like, at first it's really intimidating, but when you really sit down and you practice and you keep going, and that's the hardest part in my opinion for a lot of people, including myself, it's like you get discouraged really easily just from not being able to be as successful as you expected. But I promise, you keep going in there every day and you're trying your best, you just learn a little bit. Like all you got to do is show up. You know what I mean? You show up, you get 1% better. And I promise it's going to, come a long way. And I've seen that for myself. I've seen that for you. I've seen that for everyone at Dell. Like, we've all come so far. And like, we just finished week 7. We just finished week 7. That's all. Like, we're only 7 weeks in and we're killing it. We're killing it. So I'm really proud of us so far. But yeah, that's what I would say. I think in terms of learning the software, it's just about getting better 1% every day.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's rich. I love it. I love that. So another question. Now, this was a question that came from my friends. They said, please ask this question right here. This one is for Abby. I'll give this, I'm going to toss this one to you. So Gen Z, they often face questions about, whether they have realistic, you guys are faced with those, like you have realistic goals about your salary expectations, because sometimes you guys want to come straight out of college making big money. So I don't know if that applies to you, Abby, but if so, what are your salary expectations when you started your career?
Yeah, I think that was something as like when you're younger, you just, you're doing all the right things. Like, okay, now I go to college, then I'm going to make a big, I'm trying to go to a good college so then I can make a lot of money right after. And I was very humbled, just applying to jobs, starting last year, and realizing that I probably wasn't going to be making, as much as I thought I would be 4 years prior. So, yeah, I think I was pretty humbled, which is like such a blessing, because I can now I can now only go up from here. And I didn't want to ever apply to something that I didn't feel like I could be completely myself. And so when I did get the job at Dell, it was definitely not as much as I thought it would be, but I knew that it would be the right fit. So, and I'm so thankful that I am at Dell. But yeah, I think that we do a lot of times have unrealistic expectations, because everything's so expensive. So yes, that is what I would say.
Good. That's a good answer. I love how you come back on, even if you're starting at this level, you can only go up from here. That's a great attitude. I love it. Okay, next, Max. This question is for you.
Let's go. All right.
What does career growth look like for you? When you think about your career, what does that growth period look like for you?
So honestly, I'm kind of the idea that like when you're like growing in a career, you're like really trying to make that next step, like really the sky's the limit. Like, I don't think there's anything stopping any one of us from being like the next Michael Dell. Honestly, I don't think that there's like anything really in our way except for our own mental. I really do believe that like a lot of people stop because their own mental gets in the way. And I can say that like I was a musician before this and I stopped really doing that because my own mental got in the way. I think that there's like certain things that you can pick up along the way, like, certain skills or traits that can like help you get through that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, as long as you have the drive, and I mean, they say it at Dell a lot, like, as long as you have the grit to like get through it and really like, deal with the bad days, like, you really can just go anywhere from here. And that's what I like. And like, that's what I like a lot about Dell compared to like, I mean, I was a teacher before. Like, it's either you become you stay a teacher or you become a principal. And that just like wasn't the career growth that I wanted. So like coming to Dell has been a really cool experience because it's like really the sky's the limit. If you, as long as you put in the work and as long as you don't like limit yourself in that way, that's like all that really matters at the end of the day.
Man, I love that. That's a good attitude. Did Ronald want to say a few things? Is he still with
you? Ronald, here, hop in, brother. Here, you're in charge, man.
All right, guys, what's going on?
Hey, Ronald.
What we talking about here, man? What's going on? What are we talking about?
We're just talking about career development and everything. For you guys being young, young professionals in the workplace here, you just graduated. A lot of you just graduated from college. So how does it feel for you, Ronald, starting your career off, with a really good role at Dell and everything? Just kind of share with us how that process felt for you.
Yeah. So like, Honestly, I'm a really humble guy. My dad was in the military for like 26 years. So I come from a background where like, my family was stable for a bit, but coming from something where I really wasn't working a lot and I was in college playing football, and majority of the time I was focused on schools and sports. Like as soon as I got out of sports and I started working, I could really tell that, it's a mental toll, because in our society today, it's more about working a very long time and not really having a lot of time for yourself. So having a work-life balance is really big. And I think that the biggest blessing probably being at Dell is that, because you can really be at Dell, do some really good work, but the people there really just do make it fun. Being able to have friends, people you can talk to all the time, even after work, before work, whatever it may be. Being blessed with this position to be able to meet new people is probably the biggest thing. I wouldn't even talk about money or like the profession itself. I just think it's the people, like in general, being able to be somewhere where you feel comfortable, you feel accepted. It's probably my biggest thing. And I think working on a passion to be just great and staying focused, I think it's a lot easier, especially when you have a supporting cast. And y'all know me, I like to bring the energy. I like to be that guy. So it's like, you can always come and talk to me, but I'm always going to feel the same. Like I always want to be able to talk to you. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. And just sticking your nose down and knowing who's around you and keeping those people around you and really striving to your goal and allowing those people to really help you reach that goal.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Guys, if you just tuned into the show, this is Bring It in the House, where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. And we got some great young professional leaders in the house tonight sharing with us, their new career path with Dell. And this is very exciting because I get to work, like I say, I get to work with these wonderful people every day, well, Monday through Friday. So I am blessed. I'm going to go back to A. I'm going to let him tell us, hey, when you got the call and you said they offered you the position and everything, how did you know, like, this is it? This is the career path for me? Or did you think like, maybe I should go another direction? How did you make that decision or determination?
That's a good question. Actually, I like that question because I remember exactly where I was when I got that call. I was on my way to class at 9 a.m. and I'm taking my usual route, and I got that call sooner than I expected. Like I expected to wait about a week, and they called me 48 hours after my last interview. Actually, this is a pretty funny story. I missed my last interview on a Friday, and I was panicking. I was panicking so bad because I've never, ever like irresponsible in any, like I've never missed an interview. Like I'm always super organized, super timely. So I was very, very like upset with myself. And I called the rep and she was like, no worries. Like, let's reschedule for Monday. So do my interview Monday, get the call Wednesday. And here's the thing, like I always tell my friends, like I've been very, very blessed because since day one, like, I'll say since about sophomore, junior year of college, like I always said, like my goal was to be at Dell in Austin. Like I always knew that was the ideal situation for me. Mm-hmm. But coming from an engineering background, I felt like it was kind of hard to break into like the sales role. You know what I mean? And so I had to make those connections. I met a lot of people in Texas A&M who were kind of going that same career path, and they helped me a ton, whether that was preparing for the role, whether that was preparing for the interviews, the role plays, the case studies, whatever it may be. And then also they also helped me a ton in getting my first sales internship, which was the one that really motivated me to apply for Dell. I applied multiple times, truth be told. And I graduated in May. It was really late of April, like April 20, like in that kind of like late April 20-ish like week. Mm-hmm. And I was stressing really bad. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like I've got no job offers on the table. It's not looking good for me out here. It was just the job market has been real rough, and I sympathize for a lot of people who haven't been able to do it. I would say for everyone watching, if they're struggling to find like a job, talk to your friends and like use those resources that you have available through your friends. That's what helped me get this role at Dell. Long story short, I knew this was the role for me since junior year. And so when I finally got it, like, it was almost a feeling of like, not like, oh my God, I can't believe I did it, but more just like, oh my God, this weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Like I can finally like relax and like enjoy my few remaining weeks here with my friends at A&M because I don't have to worry about the job hunt. You know what I mean? And so I took a few days to really think about it, to really settle on it. Like, do I really want to do this? Mm-hmm. And after realizing I did want to do this, like it was about 3 a.m. And Like I didn't really typically stay up late, but I had been thinking about it for a long, long time, and I finally signed that. Like as late as I could, I signed the contract to come on, and so ever since then, like I have loved every second of it. My friends always tell me they're like, "Wow, like I can't believe the amount of friends you've already made at Dell." That's to me is the number one important thing. Like us
Yes.
5 being on here, like I feel so connected to everyone at Dell already. I've made so many like lifelong friends and connections. Like Millie, thank you so much for having us. You know, I was gonna say that at the end, but like I have to say it now. Like I feel so grateful to have met you and met everyone here and everyone at Dell so far. Everyone's been so kind and so helpful, and so it's been a blessing. That's why I keep telling my friends, like I'm just so blessed. You know what I mean? I'm so happy. I wake up grateful every day, and yeah, I couldn't be happier to be where I'm at right now. Could not be happier.
Amen. That is so wonderful. And we're just so happy that you're happy because we're all happy here.
Thank you.
Seriously, though, you're welcome. Seriously. We'll go back to Alex real quick. Alex, you are so sharp. All of you are. But I remember the first or maybe second day in class of training, you offered so much information. You know, we were this, I know I was in awe at how you were kind of, you know, you and Max and everybody, but I remember you would put a lot of questions out there and provide a lot of information. So how do you stay current with the technical trends like that? How do you keep studying every
I
day? Or
mean, I feel like I stay decently current. I know people that are better than me, that are more technical than me. I feel like I scratch the surface. Um, but I'd say it's like curiosity, right? So
yeah.
I think one of the things kind of going to Arian's point about like being at Dell and the culture is like, if for you to be at Dell, you have to be curious. You have to want to drive. You have to want to work. You have to want to be able to not know everything, but know enough about something, right?
Mhm.
Because if you know enough about something, that gives you the drive to know about anything. Because then that proceeds to give you the ability to be like, oh, okay, I don't know much about a Dell PC, right? I might not know all the parts inside of it. I might not know how it is made, but our job is to be able to service to other people and tell them why they should buy Dell, right?
Yes.
Why Dell is a good product.
Yes.
Why does Dell spend so much money on their R&D in order to be able to create this great computer, right? So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it comes down to curiosity. I'd say it's being able to want to learn, because you're always going to be a student. You're always going to be somebody that is going to learn one new thing every day. And if you keep that same energy at work, I think it's something that just it trickles into everything in your life. And hence why you guys say that I'm pretty current. I don't feel like I'm current. I just feel like I have curiosity to want to learn. So
Yeah, you're pretty current. You know, compared to somebody like me, you know, I'm like, whoa, hey, I could use him. No, I'm teasing. I'm
right.
teasing Alex. But seriously, you know, this is a great moment for you guys. You guys are so young, and you know, and you got the world right here in your hands. So how do you guys feel about doing hybrid or remote type work? How do you feel about that?
To be honest, like from my point of view, I would probably say like as much as many people would probably like if they were like home, like doing their own thing, being
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, like don't have to be around people, so you don't have to think about what other people think of you. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's actually better that we're in house, because honestly, like I think if this job was me alone at home, I would get burnt out. Like
Yeah.
100%, I'd be burnt out. There'd be days I would be like, "Hey, I'm gonna BS my way through this. I'm not even gonna put my foot down." But like having honestly like the people that we came into this class with, but not also that, but like also the managers that we have, like I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really have like asked for anything better. Like the managers are probably the best part about Dell, because I've never had a manager be so helpful. Because you know, usually you have a manager that's like, yeah, like I'll tell you how to do this, but once it's like that, like figure it out. Like I don't want to have to keep coming to tell you how to do this. Like honestly, having 4 to 5 to 6 managers at a time, just being able to be there and help you. And yeah, they're going to get dispersed now. Now there's going to be a whole lot of classes, but being able to get to know them and learn things from them these first like 4 weeks, like just being able to learn from them is probably like the best thing I could have. So I definitely say being like at the job is the best thing you could do.
work from home or work in the workplace?
Yeah, so I actually have like a little bit to say about this because up until I worked at Dell, I worked at YouTube Music, work from home, and that was it's all right. I mean, the thing is like you get to like you get a lot of like that work-life balance, probably a little bit more life than work. But like, and that's nice. But at the end of the day, like what I realized was when I'm sitting there every day, just sitting on my computer at home, when I'm working, it doesn't necessarily feel like work. And when I'm at home just hanging out, it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm at home just hanging out. Like you don't have that like divisive, like, all right, like at 5 p.m. I leave the office and I'm going home. Like when I get home from Dell, it's like, hey, I'm out, man. Like, guess what? Like my emails are not coming through to my phone. Like I get to go home and I get to relax. Yeah. Whereas like I would get emails at 7 p.m. and they're like, yo, you work from home all day. Like you should be able to answer this at 7 p.m. And that's like just something that like is kind of normalized when you have that work from home, like just stuff going on. And it was definitely like a big change doing the work from office. I mean, luckily, I had a year of teaching in a classroom to make this a lot easier. I mean, having like 19 third graders yell at you is like definitely a little bit harder than calling 50 people a day, but it's definitely it's funny because I feel like it's a very cool situation for some people depending on the line of work that they're in, but for me it was definitely like I just never felt fully fulfilled working from home. Like the team and like what we built here, like we used to go out like as a group, the YouTube Music group, but like it was never, we could never build the camaraderie that's like honestly like just being in the trenches of the office, like sitting there, like, you know, I get to walk over and be like, Millie, what's up? Abby, what's up? Like Abby and I have been beefing this whole week because we're
actually actively fighting. We're acting like we love each other right now. No, I'm just
kidding. Like y'all be ready to catch Abby and I boxing in the office. Like, you know.
I was gonna say too about. Well, wait, Max. I'm gonna wait.
No, you're all good, dude. I was just gonna say like the camaraderie you build in the office is like nothing you can't get that online. Like, you know, a Skype call or a Zoom call, like you just can't get that throughout. Like going up to someone's desk and being like, yo, how we doing today?
I was going to say that there's so much meaning that comes with like human interaction that I feel like a lot of us didn't. Like COVID felt like forever to me, and anyone in a sales position is usually like pretty extroverted and loves being around people. And I feel like we all do, like that's something we all can connect on. And I feel like there's a lot of meaning coming into an office and like seeing all of y'all every day. And I just like am really grateful. I tell my parents this. I'm like, yes, I like call my mom or my dad every day after work. And I'm just like really grateful because I never would have met each like four of you outside of this job. And I feel like there's so many different like values and beliefs that all like push each other in a way that even at like lunch that we talk about. And I'm so grateful for those interactions because I don't feel like I would get that if I was working at home on my computer, and I wouldn't like be pushing myself to have those type of conversations where like I feel like I can at lunch or like on a 15-minute walk break when Max and I go get like sparkling water. And sitting right next to Millie, I feel like hearing about your church, Millie, that just so many different interactions that I have had coming into the office every day that I'm so grateful for that I definitely wouldn't be able to get to do when I'm at home. So I'm really, really thankful.
Well, thank you. Thank you guys so much. You know, time is out. I can't believe it just went by just that fast. But if we could be quick, I'll let each of you just kind of, you know, give us quick shout outs to your loved ones. Starting with Alex, you think your mic is better now? It's not. Oh, okay. Well, we're so glad you came by. Much love. Okay, go ahead, A, give your shouts.
All right. Shout out to my mom for subscribing to the Facebook group. I know she's going to watch this later. Love you, Mom. It's my grandma's birthday today. She's turning 78. Shout out, Grandma. Let's go. And then shout out to my dad, my sister, and last but not least to my Dell family. Love you guys. Excited for what's coming for us. We just hit the halfway point of training. Just want to let everyone know we just hit the halfway point. So we're almost there. We're halfway there. A little bit over halfway, but still.
We're halfway there.
Well, I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Those are my shout outs. And shout out to Millie, man. Give it up for Millie, bro. Give it up for Millie.
Thank
I
you,
love
guys.
Millie. Millie's such a
love
light in my day. Like if I'm having a hard day, I go over there. I just give Millie a hug because I know she's gonna brighten my day up. So I love you, Millie.
Nephew. That's nephew.
That's my auntie. That's my auntie.
We love you guys. Go ahead, Abby.
Okay,
Yeah.
shout out my dad. Love him. He will be watching, and my mom, and all my sisters: Lauren, Emily, Caroline, Hallie, Catherine, Susie, Sarah, and Annie. I'm sure I'm sending it to all of them, so they have to watch this. Hello, what are y'all doing if you aren't subscribed to Millie's podcast?
Oh, God.
Can't wait to watch it on Saturday myself tomorrow. Everyone tune in. And shout out to Millie and all of you. And Ronald, shout out Ronald.
All right, go ahead, Max.
All right. So I'm gonna shout out my girlfriend Olivia. Love you. If you're
Aw.
watching this, man, like glad we've been dating. That's sick. I'm gonna shout out my mom, my dad, super cool, super chill. They're in Colorado. They left me. They said we're done with your ass. So I'm gonna shout out Millie. Man, Millie, you make me so happy every day, man. You just you really like just brighten up the workplace. I want you to know that. I'm gonna shout out Ronald real quick. Like this my boy right here. Like this is just my dog. And then I mean honestly, dude, our whole class. Like I have never met like 32 people who I like care more for, like just on a personal level. I feel like I've talked to absolutely everyone and they're all just super cool, like in their own cool ways. There's no one that I don't like. And that's like a crazy thing to say. Like there's not a single person who I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want to spend time with them. Yeah, man, outside of that, like honestly, there's not too much. Shout out Mike, man. Mike, our manager.
Yeah.
He's on to bigger and better things. Like, shout out to Mike. He's gonna go make his money and have a good time, but we're definitely gonna miss him. So excited for what the next chapter brings. But it's definitely a change.
Yes. All right. Go ahead, Ronald.
Oh, Ron, you gotta give a shout out, brother.
So I think for me, probably be like definitely shout out God first and foremost, because I'm a blessed man, and I really appreciative of where I'm at and the things that I've been through, and to be standing where I'm at is a really proud statement for me and myself as a person. Shout out my family, because I wouldn't be here without them. I mean, they're my backbone. I go home to them every day before I finally get my own place, but they're my people, and I would not be here without them. And really shout out everybody that I've met in Dell. I mean, I just like Max said, like I like everybody. I love everybody. I'm a guy who loves easy, man. I'm a guy who is hard to hate. Like it's really about love and peace, prosperity, progress, being able to be there for others when they may not be able to be there for you, just being able to be that person they can be like relying on. Like that's me. So, and I would also definitely shout out our managers too, like Keith and Pat and Jane. Like they are awesome. I mean, they are awesome, and I couldn't ask for better people. But also, definitely Millie, shout out you. Millie, you are an amazing woman, and in the energy that you bring every day. I know it's not easy, because I do it too. But the energy you bring, I mean, it is beautiful and it is bliss. It is something that a lot of people can't do. And you're one of the very fortunate people that you're able to do it every day. And nobody will be able to tell me that you are not that person, because you are.
Oh, thank you guys. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all are the best. You guys. Hey, we're out of time. Ronald, Max, Abby, hey, everybody. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. This is the next generation. They are our future, and they're going to take America by storm, guys. Look out for these guys. They're going to be running things. See their names in lights. We love you guys. We'll see you back here next time on Bring It in the House. Hey, thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Millie.